So, building some custom servers for marketing uses. So I've got these really short servers, and I've got this rolling rack. It's really nice with shock absorbers. So unfortunately, for whatever reason, the default rails don't quite fit, even though I got a really short server that fits. So I ordered the short rail kit, which, you know, looks like it should fit. However, the short rail kit is designed for square holes. But you would think that's not a problem because I got adapters for square holes. But as you can see, they barely fit in as it is, and adding this means it doesn't fit anymore. So these won't work. So then I thought to myself, hey self, what if I just cut these little tabs off, kind of like this with a hacksaw, and then I could just bolt it on here, because if you look, those holes should match, right? Sure, yeah, holes match, except they don't match. This little piece right here sticks out too far, right there. So now I gotta go grind off about 2 millimeters here on this one, that one, this one, and then another 4 times, and then I got a second rack, so another 8 times, so 12 times. Just kind of. So we're gonna go do a prototype, but at the end of the day, this will be fine and nobody will notice, but it's been a slippery slope. And yet, the goal was a rolling crate with ends. So the solution's gonna be awesome. And we're doing all solid state storage. So this will be more than enough shock absorbers, but what a freaking pain. Whether it be the fact they sent long rails with a short server or this whole clusterfuck. And there was no option for square holes here, which normally would look like those holes there, just spaced out more. Well, at least nobody's gonna notice I'm hacksawing things because nobody's here today. So we do have some tools, a vise, a hacksaw, is what these little guys look like when you cut them off, and the metal reducing tool. She's a nice one. Oh, calibration not required. Thank God for that. Gotta go find the manual. Okay, so I did a prototype, and I got this one to fit. So again, I ground down this edge here considerably. That one fits. The only issue is here. This plate sticks out farther in hands. So I gotta do even more grinding if I want it all the way down here. Now I've got 2 servers. I might be able to shift them down, down here. The other thing is I think I'm gonna just drill the threads out because it's really hard to thread here and into here. But I think this will work. It's just gonna be kind of a pain. So we have to adjust each one, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So So as you may remember, my daughter's going to be taking the van for a long trip out west. She'll have the car for 3 months. She'll be driving everywhere. She's going to Texas, Las Vegas, Sin City, the place down at the end of the Mississippi, which I can never remember. And then she's going all the way to New Mexico and all over the place. Then she's coming halfway to Las Vegas. So today we did cooling flush. So basically I opened up the little valve at the bottom of the radiator, let that out, opened the top of the radiator, ran the engine while I was doing that. Then I put a hose in there. By the way, this hose reaches all the way out to the street. So I'll just let that kind of go into the sewer. It keeps it from freezing. Then the reservoir, I had to take the hose because the reservoir comes off the top of the radiator cap and goes down to a hose, and then as it expands, it goes in there. As the system contracts, it sucks it back in. So basically I drained that and sprayed it out pretty well. So what do we got left? Serpentine belt, definitely going to do that. Got to do that. That I've learned, basically I take the passenger side front tire off and I take the plastic out, and then it's right there. So you got to do like sitting down. Of course, with the wheels off, you gotta jack up the car. But that should take about 20 minutes. That shouldn't be a big deal. Definitely can't get it from the back, can't get it underneath. You got to go from the side. So, I only have 91,000 miles on. 91000. I know so because I checked. And I'm supposed to do all this stuff at 100,000. But by the time she gets back, it's going to be end of December, and I'm not going to want to do it. So definitely got to do the blade flush and the power steering flush. Though I think I checked that. It looked fine. I smelled it. And that's questionable. And then the sparkulators. Not sure. Last did it 40,000 miles ago. So, I mean, in theory, if I do it every 50,000, I don't know. I'll have to look at the maintenance suggested. Transmission seems to be shifting smoother. I used really good transmission juice, Royal Purple. Yeah, so, and the brakes that I did seem to be working well. I replaced the rear brake caliper and stuff. The Volt, which isn't here, which is a good sign, is doing well. And that's doing fairly well. I think I'm going to fix the oil leak soon. I'm going to have to take the valve cover gasket off and then spread some juice around there or something, because it's definitely still leaking from up there and other places. But that's my list. So day 2, I finished the first rack enclosure, and I'm working on the second one. I hacksaw these off, and I got 2 more rails to go, but I did that on here, and then I just grind this right down like thus, and then it fits right in. Then I've been drilling out the holes so the screws just fit right in there, and yeah, very sturdy. And I'm leaving this one open because the server, I use that to screw in so the server doesn't come flying out, because there is a considerable amount of space here, which is good. And yeah, just looking forward to getting this done and cleaning up. I got a lot of metal particles on the floor in the mechanical lab that I need to vacuum up. I'll probably take my vacuum from the data center down there, because the broom just ain't cutting it. It moves it around, but it doesn't pick it up very well. We had a little problem. I left a server rail on top of there, and it fell down there, and landed on here. And yeah, so now my phone does this. So yeah, we got an appointment with the phone doctor at Apple Store in a little bit. Looks like I'm going to be out $400 for this stupid mistake. So yeah, don't leave your rails sitting on top of plastic. I was just screwing in the other side and it fell right down. Clunk. I don't think a screen protector would have saved that from that. That was a direct hit. Well, I got my cell phone fixed. I think it's time to do the snake belt. So we got to raise the car, take the wheel off, take the plastic off, and go from there. The wheel won't come off. It's probably stuck in here. We're gonna use this. It's not supposed to be doing that. We'd use this against here. She'll come out right along there. Well, that didn't work. Thought my hoofs would work. Maybe I'm kicking the wrong direction. Well, that didn't work. Kicking it from behind. So we're going to do the right thing and just leave a couple of lug nuts loose and take it around the block. She'll come off. At least that's what I have to do in the Marauder. The Marauder has a good reason. It's got a magnesium mags wheel on a steel hub. It's hub-centric, meaning these are about the same size. So that one, I know it fuses together, but that's metallurgically correct. This is steel on steel. This shouldn't happen except for the rust. Okay, that worked. I backed down about 8 feet, turned the wheels, and I could hear it go clunk. You can see by the rust surfaces, I need to put a little Never Cesium on there. I can actually feel a little bit of a groove there. So meanwhile, we'll go ahead and take that off and find our snake belt. I think I need a 3/8 ratchet to release the tension. We got the cover off, so these are nice and rusted. And I had to take this little guy out. She didn't want to come off and took that off. So now you can see the serpentine belt, kind of, maybe, not really. So let's see if I can sneak underneath here. Just kind of join you guys in the visual tour. So it's right there. Where's my finger? There, and goes around this thing. This thing makes the cold happen. And here's the idler. She's right here. And that's where I stick the tool into to release the tension. And I guess there's a pulley over there. And there's a puller over there. So I gotta take a look at this and see what we got here. The belt doesn't look too bad, but this may look upside down to me because I'm upside down, but I'll probably fix the video so it's not upside down for you guys. So yeah, it goes around the alternator up there and the cold ice cube maker. Then it comes around here. It looks like this little thing comes back around here, and then whatever this is, that feels like a belt thing. And then it comes across the top there. There's another idler. So it looks like that's the tightener happener. So, but what goes on up here? Just around the alternator. Okay, so it's all like right there. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. So here and here and around there, then back up here around this little belt thing here, and then back over to here on the alternator thing, and then back down here and around there. So memorize that because there will be a quiz. Because let me take that off. I gotta put the new one on. Great. So it's the alternator, idler, crankshaft, adjustable power steering, idler. So it kind of looks like uterus, actually. Ovaries. Anyhow. Okay. So, the hand's out. I don't know if you can see. Got a belt. Go around there. That's the idler. Here's the main crankshaft. There's the air compressor. There's the alternator up there. And we'll get over there. Right up there in the right-hand corner. Another idler. Idler at the top. And then she all goes around. So I had to take this cover off and upgrade my lightage to this guy. She's got a lot more stabilities. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these little plastic fuckers out and find some replacements for those. And I think I'm going to spray this with the rust coating stuff, and especially this guy. Transmission, okay, this is on the engine, yes. So we don't want those to be completely rusted. Belts look okay. That was fun. No, not really. Oh, let's take a look at the old one. Here's the old one. So what we're looking for is cracks. And you know what? This one looks fine. But you don't know until you take it off. And by the time you take it off, you might as well put a new one on there. So we'll probably just save on this. But this one looks like it's a pretty good condition. Again, if you flexed it and there were cracks in there, that would be a sign it's breaking apart. But yeah, there's your snake belt. To mark that van, so I know. I've learned to mark things now, because looking at part numbers is a pain in the ass to figure out what car something fits on. So I just took the wire brush, closed my eyes, and went around here and just kind of cleaned the rust off a little bit. Put some magic juice on, anti-seize lubricant just on the mating surfaces, just to give it a little more, you know, protections. And then use my CRC corrosion inhibitor on all the metal parts that I saw that I might want to take off someday. Kind of protecting. This stuff's really good. I really like that. Can't talk enough about this. We'll probably talk some more. Maybe in the next 5 minutes. I don't know. Tell you what tool I don't regret buying is this Torque-Lator wrench. Because the van, this is only 100 pounds. And you might be asking yourself, well, Chris, how do you know it's only 100 pounds? Well, I keep a OneNote page of just wheel torque-lators. So, but this is 150 pounds. And not only did my torque stick not go to 150 pounds, it also was shorter. This makes it a lot easier. So, yeah. These wheels are kind of a pain because you got to put the plastic cover on with the wheel. They're kind of held on by the lug nuts. They've never come off, unlike that one, where they flew off within 100 miles after paying 75 bucks for new ones. So there, she's all done. So, serpentine belt. Cross that out. This pen doesn't work very well. So what do we got left? We got a brake-lator flush, and Olivia's going to come up with that power steering flush. And I think I already did that, or I looked at it and decided it wasn't necessary. Sparkulators. We talked about sparkulators. I changed the last at 54,000. We're at 91,000. Gonna check the book. Haven't done it yet. However, you gotta take the intake manifold off to get to them. You gotta take off like half the freaking engine. You gotta take this plastic thing off up there, and your windshield wipers and all that stuff. Then you gotta take the intake manifold off. Then now you can reach over and feel them. You can't see them. So I'm not looking for them. Definitely got to check on that. But yeah, okay. So brake fluid and everything at this point. This is just like, that's a good thing, not necessary. I don't think we need to do that. So really, sparkulators, and I don't think I need to do that. I think we're actually potentially done. I could just walk away. Except I got to give her a little training. We got to give her a cleaning. Just kind of. She's dirty inside. She's seen things. She's seen people. She had 8 girls and screaming in Columbus and dresses and estrogen. There's estrogen all over there from the bridal weekend in Columbus with the cousins. So she needs a bath, that's what I'm saying. So this is the shower valve for my parents' downstairs shower. It's where I used to shower. It was the kids' bathroom. Anywho, it's not installed right now, as you can see. And he asked me if I could get those out. And I think I can, but I don't think I can do an induction because I'm looking at that one. That doesn't look straight. This is copper and brass, and I don't think induction works with copper and brass. It needs steel or iron. This is brass, which is copper and tin. So, yeah, but we got an acetylene torch. So we'll get it off. This is his new thing. He just gets on top of there. I caught him there yesterday laying down. He just, black cat in a white truck. It's a classic. What you doing there, Jackie-O? He's about to throw up a mouse. Back in the picture shelf, so I put a 1 coat on here. I had a part I needed to glue down here. And I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on tomorrow. I started with this next piece. So I got permission to make one that's smaller. But I think, actually, this one probably is the same length. Which is ironic. Yep, they are. So, yeah, theoretically, I'm done then. So I need to keep sanding this. Because I can. I want to get that pretty good. I don't know why, because nobody's going to see it, because there's going to be pictures sitting there, but whatever. So when I go to install these, I will just find the studs. I'm going to drill a hole through here, Then I'm going to countersink and just put a screw right into each stud. So there's plenty of studs in the wall she wants to put it in. But yeah, so it's just going to be a little bit darker like this, not like that. And then I want to clean off the bottom side. She wants it rough, so it didn't sound right. But it's a log, all right. Look at those tight grains on a pine board. Never had that today. This is the piece that I cut off of there, and this is the knot that we talked about last week. Knotty. And then, of course, it was split, too. Even then, it's still a pretty good sizable piece of wood. Boy, do I need to clean up here. Don't know what to do with that. I mean, is it a table saw stand? I don't think so. And then this, I gotta fix that. Anyhow, time to go feed the dog. He gets food at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I managed to go to sale on the way to work and the way back. I went to two. One was completely random. So the first place I gave her $15. So this is to route out hinges on a door frame or door. So hopefully it's got all the pieces there, but got a few more doors to install. Shims, lots of shims. I bought this more for the container than the contents because it's a little sealable container. It's a Husky. Just carrying bits, but it's got some good stuff in here. So this is a nice nail set, 2 nail sets. Always need those. Decent drill bit. So we'll go ahead and clean this up. Counter screw. It's pretty nice, DeWalt. This is, that's a broken piece. Some drywall things. So we'll clean that up and put that in use probably for pretty much what it is. Wonder why that's got that. So yeah. Then these are spacers for outlets. When your outlet needs, the box is too far in, which you would think on a brand new construction and all new electrical, I wouldn't have that in my house, but this is probably 3 lifetime supplies. I got this partially for the bits, but more for the holder, for jigsaw blades. So we got all sorts of different ones. We like the little foam holder. We got Reavers and smooth and blah, blah, blah. So metal, drywall. Little level. I'll leave this one down here. I got it for a couple reasons. One, it was cheap. 2, it's even got the scribe still on it. That was sharp. I don't think that's ever been used. It's got a built-in levelator. And it's a Johnson, so it should be pretty accurate. This I got for the cat. Looks used, but I'll try that out. So that was $15. I was in a hurry, so I just handed her $15. Probably was $10, but it is what it is. I certainly could have, these are $4. This is $16. These are like $3, $5 a piece, and then, yeah, so I got my money's worth. What is this? That is the shittiest. We'll just put that in the recycled metal pile. Okay, what else? Then I stopped at a garage sale randomly and paid the guy $5 for this. So a rigid pipe wrench. She's just a little bit under the weather here, just a little rusty, but this will clean up fine. These are made in Ohio, and I don't have one that's flat grip. I got serrated grips, but not flat or smooth. Sanding sponge, because this is hacksaw blades. They're made in Sweden. I know so because it says so, and there's a whole bunch there. Just cute. Just a little tape measure. Let's see if we can activate this. Nope. Just a little tape measure. But she's got metric and she's got English, so that's good. Screw gauge. Handy to know what size screws you got. So, and it's a ruler. Hole saw. Partially for the hole. More for that part. Those are hard to come by. It's just some basic, screws, 2-inch drywall type screws. Finish oil. It's rusty, but it's oil. It doesn't age. And a spire thing. Probably what I should use up there because that's not looking very good. And then at the local, well, not local, but Church of 306 and 422, they have like a rummage sale ongoing. I guess people donate stuff when they don't need it any longer. So I got some breathing replacement canisters. These are handy for gases, like your fumes. So I'm going to be doing hopefully the rest of the basement floor and etching it with bad stuff, and this will be helpful. A CD that I probably already have, but it's a Telarc, so you know I'm buying the Telarcs. This is going to be for my wife. I don't know if she'll like it. It's a bento box for salads. So you put your salad dressing in there, your condiments. You can put a sandwich in there. And then, yeah. So, anyhow, it just seemed nice because she does the Tupperware stuff. Then I just went crazy in the clothes. So, tonight, high visibility champion, long sleeve t-shirt. These are XLs. It's nice Adidas. Just, you know, kicking around the house stuff. That's made from bananas, I guess. I don't know. These made bananas? No, that's made by Croft & Barrel. White t-shirt. This I kind of like. It's a fella. I've come to like these types of shirts. Just, they don't smell as much. Then a casual shirt for work. And another casual shirt for work. She's a St. John's. Then, I probably didn't need more shorts, but these are nice shorts. These are 38s because I'm kind of in between sizes right now. So, yeah, plenty of pockets, and they dry. Then some jean carpenter pants. These are always handy. Then a well-used pair of 38, 34 Duluth. Look, it's even got, you know, because I chew tobacco. These are just heavy-duty pants. I just really like these. And these are pretty broken in, so I can use those forever. So I paid $3 for each for 2 bags on the clothes. So anyhow, that's a fairly large find. Definitely looking forward to seeing if the cat takes to that. So I think I'm going to spend a few minutes cleaning that up and cleaning that box out and the pipe wrench, and we'll see how that works. Okay, very excited about this. So these are just shitty little tools, so I'm going to donate those. These two are DeWalt's, and they're heavy duty. They clean up very nicely. These are adapters for said sockets. This I didn't have. It's a regular 1/8" impact countersink. This is gold. This is a bit that fits one of those because it's got a flat side. So the flat side gets screwed in with the screw later. And this cleaned up nice. I separated it from here because this is more important. Not sure what, I think this is for cutting glass. I don't know. And here again, fits a drill. Double-sided bit, always handy. And these are all DeWalt's. These cleaned up very nicely. I like these a lot. You got a thin one and a fat one. Love the container. The container cleaned up once got that all wet. So we'll pop that over there. Now, yeah. This is my, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, pile, but I'm going to have to think of something. I think I'm going to kind of clean this up or something. I want to hang screwdrivers in a better way. I think I'm just going to drill holes there. Ching, 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 ching. Just kind of, maybe I need that. Maybe I don't need all those knives. Maybe I just need a couple. Maybe I don't need every razor blade I have up here. So same thing over here. So I think I can just kind of downsize them like this. Never used it. For pulling the lids off of a 5-gallon bucket. So anyhow, yeah, very, very good find. Love these. These are easy on your hands when you're using them, and those are hardened. Very excited about that. Well, not very. I gotta go put these someplace. Anyhow, definitely got to change the brake rotor over here. This was leaking, and it's now more leaking. The funny thing is I cleaned it up a couple days ago. I pulled enough fluid out that the leaking fluid is not clear. So that's good. So I flushed enough, at least on the back side. I didn't flush the front, but I flushed that. I did order a pressure flusher. So a pressure flusher is different than a vacuum flusher. The vacuum flusher I have, basically it sucks out of the bleeder. The problem is the bleeder is a screw. And when you loosen it, air can get in from the sides, especially if it's old and rusty, like the one that was here. It's not a tight fit, so when you're doing the vacuum, it's just pulling air here, not air and fluid. A pressurizer starts at the beginning. You put the cap on top of the reservoir and you pressurize that, pushing the fluid through. It's easier to push than pull. And yeah, the only problem is all such different sizes. Like this is a square, old-fashioned cast iron. This is going to have a round one. This should be the same size. These may be all the same size. The Volt's a different size, so I'm gonna probably have to buy some adapters, but I picked the cheapest one, given all it is a pump and plastic and hose. Then all the fittings are interchangeable between the different ones. I mean, I could spend $200 for the really nice kit. I don't need the really nice kit. I just need the little ones. And maybe I'll just craft something, because basically it's just a fitting and some sort of round rubber device that you can strap on. Anyhow, and because you're opening up the valve, putting the catch can, walking over and pressurizing it, you're there. You can hold it down. You don't even have to strap it in. But there'll be future videos on that. Definitely gotta. So I'm trying to get to the car. So it's there. It's there. The battery's charged. It's actually the battery from the truck 2 years ago. I kept one of them and took the battery out of here as my core. But I wanna get this moving. Really showed before, but this bad boy came out looking fine. So I just had to unscrew it and wire wheel the whole thing, and I just put some WD-40 on her. She's rigid, and again, didn't have one with the smooth jaws. So it'd be nice to add my pipe wrench collection. Rained again last night. I took this to drive to a Mexican restaurant you might have heard of called Taco Bell yesterday, and emptied out the bed. There's a leak somewhere in here, and it's not rusting the things right. I think my milk's getting a little chunky. Great. Anyhow, so yeah, George is kind of just hanging out. So this has been working fine. Joe's been driving every day to school because of the weather. It's either she needed more people, or she was going really far distance, or it was raining. Like when she went to Cedar Point this weekend, which is funny because I haven't been there in years. She needed to hold 3 people. You can't hold 3 people in a little car. So we're going to go ahead and attack this. So this wheel cylinder is working fine, except it's leaking fluid. You can tell it is because the way it looks, it's all wet. Everything's dry. That's wet. Also, there's a puddle. There's many puddles here because the car came back all wet. But there's a puddle brake fluid here. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. We're gonna bleed it out as well, kind of clear some of the fluid out. And then I gotta get to the front. But I'm gonna use my power beater for the front when that comes. So we know the drill. Jack it up, take the wheel off. Then I got to take the 2 bolts out the back, the 13s. Remove the, well, I'll do the brake hose next. And then I'll put the brake hose on the new one so it doesn't leak so much. Then we'll go ahead and change over the brackets. Then we'll slide the new, I gotta take the screw out of the rotor that holds it on. It's not necessary, but I gotta take it out. That's a Torx, so we got the new T25s. Then I put the new rotor on, then I put the new pads on. I'll clean up the bracket, because it's just gonna have just the caliper squeezy part, but not the bracket that holds the caliper. Anyhow, yeah. I know what I'm doing because I've done it 3 times over there and 1 time over here. So I'm like a pro. I'm estate sale shopping after I fixated the brakes. So we took it for test drive because that's what you got to do. Got me some of this. It's magnetic lubricant. It's penetrating, revolutionary. Starter fluid. This stuff doesn't go bad. Some Rain-X. It's a little dusty. And then I like these. So what's cool about these, they got a filter, so if you're reusing your fluids, then you want to go in, like, but it's a little dirty, so we're gonna float it over there. And then this never goes bad. A little bit, but a little bit does you. Thinking about taking up smoking, and after buying this ashtray, that clinches it. This bad boy is hefty. She's got a little cigar holder on her too. She's a beast. Yep, that's a keeper. Definitely. Estate sale, picked up some collected things. This is a distance measure. I'm gonna have to clean it up because she's a little rusty. And I need another pair of these. Again, rusty. This is a gorgeous pin drift. Look at that. Look at that. She's got a name on it. We'll clean that up. This I've never seen before. It's a fluted cutter with an old drill bit on there. Then I got this for Sophie. She wanted a screwdriver. This one has different size bits, and you just flip it around to the one you want. Not doing good in the video here today. And then you pull this back, and then I'm going to clean this up, and then this ratchets. So you can, well, you get the idea. It's a screwdriver. It's pretty. It's handy. It works pretty well. As expected, these cleaned up pretty well. So we'll give that to Sophie. This turned out to be a Mayhew hands. Mayhew. Never heard of that. This is made in Australia. Austria, rather. This cleaned up pretty well. The ends aren't quite perfect, but scale's there, so it does up to 2.5 inches. This cleaned up pretty well. The only weird thing is, normally, the enhance, you got a little wheel here that helps you open and close. This doesn't have a wheel, but it's pretty heavy duty, and it's nice, and it's made in Germany. I know so, because it's so enhanced. I don't know what kind it is. Oh wait, there it is. It's a Jordan. Yeah. So anyway, I paid $1 for all those, so can't complain. Yeah, I should have waited a little longer to grill. This is flowing nicely. Unfortunately, it's flowing around too. I gotta adjust my. This should all be going in the gutter. You can see it's kind of overshooting. It's definitely leaking over there. Yeah. Huh. My bacon's probably burning. Well, I sorted through all my sanders and nothing fits this. Nothing I can get in there that does a damn bit of good. I tried my profile sander, but that didn't work. They're all profiles. I want flat. So I ended up spending about 20 minutes and enhance reprofiling this. It's still a little bit off. You can see on the right, it's not quite flat, but this worked pretty good. And I got some good pieces out of this. I mean, it's cutting well. So basically, I just ran it over and just smoothed everything out. Now I just need to sand, and I'm just using 80 grit wrapped around the sponge, just going back and forth. You know, the old hold this on there, and just gonna go like this. So I need to spend about 20 more minutes, and then I want to take it outside, just power wash the back side of this one especially. It's kind of got some gook on there, and just kind of clean her up. This one's not too bad. It's got a little bit of stuff on here. Then we're on to finishing. I don't know how these almost managed to come out the same size, but they did. So, the fuck is that? My dogs make the weirdest sounds. Spike? I don't know what the hell they're doing. I got Georgia over there. She needs a bath. And he's ready to watch some TV. He seems to want something. Is this what you want? I guess that's what she wants. You know, for a little garbage cat, it turned out to be pretty good. Dipped a clown shoe. That's a Z4. This is kind of weird. Little baby spiders. How could it jump? Hi, little baby spiders. I managed to record all that without recording it. So went to the estate sale. Surprise, surprise. And I got that kneeling pad. She needs to be washed. Minwax. This, I think, is a nice light color for the table I need to refinish. It was way too dark, the walnut I used before. Scrub brush. A really nice nail puller. She's a Bridgeport. But I just like the way it articulates it on there. Old wood chisel. This will clean up nicely. These are for Sophia, some rent. screwdrivers. Those are Craftsman, so she could potentially take them back to Lowe's and get new ones. This is a patent pending, patent on the Phillips. Enhance. Yeah, she's got a patent. So, old Irwin, but it's got to be old because it's got a patent on the screwdriver for Phillips. This bad boy, she's a 1/4-inch drive, but let's say you need a longer one, you can make it longer, and if you want, you can even drive another one on top, so it can be an extension. Pumice cleaning block, just handy to have. Scrubby pad. God knows how old this grass seed is, but if it doesn't germinate, then it will just add, mulch. So I'm gonna hit that over there again. I think I'm gonna try to find some dirt in there and just gotta spread that. I got some, whatchamacallit, hay, straw as well. This I hope to be using over there this fall on the gutter. So they'll take the gutter down the spout and put it in the pipe that's out there. Edger, Craftsman edger. Did not pay $5, paid $6 for everything. And then a bag of rubber mulch. So, or is this rubber? I don't know. This is regular mulch, black mulch. This will go into the front of the porch to kind of keep the splashback of the dirt onto the walls. And yeah, so that was $6, one off. Well, I spread the seed out, looked at the bag briefly. It's got a 90% germination rate, except it was made in 2014. So be interesting to see if anything grows from that, but it's there. So this box was $20 and it came from the Fraley sale. They're not cheap usually, more top dollar, but rust converter is $7 a can. So that one, this one's definitely full. That one feels kind of full. This one's not full. Oh, that's wheel paint. This is just good stuff. It's all reliable. 89 cents. That's got to be a few days old. These are all stainless steel screws, wood screws. So I don't know when that's for future use. Wood screws, more stainless steel ones. Got this because it's cute. I was using one just like it last night. So this is interesting. I like these. This one's plastic, so she won't rust. Ajax, because it's Ajax. That doesn't wear out. Large collection of metal and rope. No, stainless steel hose clamp. So it's good to have. Sealant, but I shake it. It's still got some liquid in there. Wood bleach. Might be using this. It's powder form. This Sophie bought yesterday. I bought it for her. I'm gonna give her the box because it's a Sheldon. And look, it's got instructions. Ooh, offset. Never thought of that. I'm gonna give these to Sophie. Gonna clean them up. They're made in Germany. I know so, because it says so. Well, it's hard to see. That's the Sophie 2 crescent wrench, literally crescent wrench. This bad boy, she's number 162. She's a Stanley, and she's got the original blade, an adjustable spoke shave. That's actually the nicest one I have. Pony clamp. This will clean up nicely. Nice, short, easy to turn. This old bad boy, she's a 220, and she's a low profile. I'm gonna use this downstairs if I can clean it up. This says U.S. on it. The guy was in the Navy, so this might be a Navy, Ooh, it's gonna have a name on there, so I'll clean up nicely. Got this more for the box, but it's a metal handle saw where you put in a hacksaw blade. This is cute. This bad boy just looks cool. This is a Starrett. I know so, because it says so, right? Whoop. Where are we? There we are. Yep. Focus. Focus. There you go. Well, trust me, maybe? Yeah, LS Starrett. So, not exactly sure what it is. Don't know why I have this. I didn't mean to grab that. These are just cute. They're little folding rulers. They're made out of brass and elm wood. It's a number 68. Whoops. Sorry. Helps if you can see. This comes apart. Usually with 2 hands. And it's got this little tiny marking scribe in there. So, and then I got another one, an older one. This one's got brass on the side. It shouldn't be bent like that. This one definitely is a Stanley. I know so because it says so. Stanley. Focus. Motherfucker. Come on. There we go. Stanley. This is just cool. I bought one of these yesterday, so I needed two. Little ignition file, very handy for points. It's made in Cleveland. See if we can get this to focus. Focus. Just not focusing today. There we go. Anyhow, doesn't matter. And another cute little file. Not sure what this is. It's a one tool, 12 inches. So we got to investigate that. So we'll go ahead and clean this up and show you guys the results in a few minutes. Just on the cans alone, that's like $15. So I didn't waste money, but it certainly wasn't as good as a $6 deal. The more I clean these up, the more impressed I am. So let's start with the hammer. Remember, this hammer is the one that says US on it. It's a Vaughan. It's true temper. And this is original handle. You can tell because when they ground this down, make it flush, the lines match. So that's a very old hammer. Now we'll have to give it some space in the hammer area. I have to find a way to hold those. This was a complete surprise. So this actually has turned out to be my best 220. She is a Stanley Sweetheart, which is their top of the line. And she cleaned up pretty good. She needs to be sharpened. But yeah. So it's got the little Sweetheart on there. Yeah, I would not have guessed that. So that is a great treasure. And this is my best spoke shape now. This cleaned up pretty nice. What's nice about this is it's got adjustable. You can adjust this without having to reset it. And this too is a Sweetheart Enhance. See, it's got the, maybe it is a Sweetheart. I thought I had a Sweetheart on there. It's definitely old. Ignition file cleaned up fine. This is interesting because I think it's handmade. That's hand stamped, and it's got a maker's mark on it. See something? She went. CH went. I don't know. Maybe I have to Google on that. Talked about that. This is just pretty. This is an LW Starrett. Not quite sure what it is. I think it's a for marking things, marker. And this is an LS Starrett Enhance. So those are very expensive. That's been nicely blued. You may remember the box. That's for Sophie. These all cleaned up nicely. The crescent wrench, and these are Vaughan, made in Germany. Enhance. Can't quite get it in there. Anyhow, so those will get us Sophie. I just cleaned this up and just removed the rust on the threads there. So that's a nice one. These are the boxwood. This is the cheaper of them. I think they're both Stanley, but I don't think this is a Stanley, if that makes sense. I think it's made by Stanley, but it's like a budget. So like Sears didn't ever make tools. They had other people make them. And there are various manufacturers that made their tools over the years. I believe this is the same kind of thing. This is a Stanley CS company. It's a number 63, but this is a Stanley. So it's got New Britain. It says Boxwood. This has the brass all the way around there. Stanley level. This might be over 100 years old. Focus. There we go. So it's got a warranty, which is good. Just kind of cleaned it up with some WD-40. I love the nose. And the other fun thing is on the ends here, they actually extended. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if this is like a manufacturing thing, but they put the markings, Enhance, on there. So you could, it's a continuous roll as you went across. So those are 24 inches. I really like that one. I think that's about it. So yeah, so LS Starrett. Oh, this thing. So this bad boy, she does a bunch of things. So if you notice right here, there's little notches. So this can become a T-square. So you just put it in the notches and tighten it up, and now she should be square. There's an easy way to test this. You draw a line, flip it over, and draw another line. But we're just going to use this Milwaukee squaring device. And it ain't perfect. Then I probably didn't tighten it up properly. That one looks fine there. Yeah. It's made in the USA. It's got a patent. It's called the 12-in-1 tool. So I have to Google this. It's got strikings here for angles. And you can make it into a longer ruler. And it's got markings down here. So now I can make it into that. Oh, there we go, 90 degrees. It's probably not designed for one-handed use. I can make it straight, but it doesn't look like it comes straight out of the box. Anyhow, we'll have to play with that, do some Googling, but the T looks kind of fun. If anything, it's a decent ruler, and it's unique. So yeah, Stanley, Ella Starrett, Goofy tool, and a crescent wrench. This is a beefy crescent wrench. She's definitely been dropped. So, pretty happy. She's been helping. She's unpacking her car. This is her day-to-day stuff.
Hey, no, that's my stuff that stays in the car. You got your waterproof picnic blanket. You got your inflatable tube. You got your roller skates. You got your knee pads, your elbow pads, your
This
arm
is your
guards.
day-to-day stuff
You
in
got
your
your
car,
soccer
right?
ball. Well, yeah.
So while she's doing that, I've been bleeding all the brakes. So I'm trying to clear all the nasties out. So I don't know if you can tell it's discarded. That was clear fluid going in, as we've talked about. I'm also putting some anti-cesium on the inside because we had to talk to this one. We had to loosen all the wheel nuts and then drive the car back and forth until it broke. It got stuck on there. So basically, we loosen this up. First, we give it some Panther Pee, and then we succulate. Yeah, it's pretty much like watching paint dry, but the fluid level's coming up. You can see. It's sucking pretty well because there's no bubbles. Usually there's pretty bubbles. And you can tell this is new because of the way it is.